All right, everybody. I know, it's been a little while, hasn't it? Welcome to episode 303 of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. Got a new coffee mug, kids. Now, before I get to the... It's going to be maybe a semi-long episode, okay? So bear with me. We're going to call this episode 303, The Return of the Mighty Psycho. Yeah, Return of the Mighty Psycho. I know it looks like bare walls back here. I happen to be in my living room of my new place that I live in. Moved in here right around the 1st of October. A few days before that, I guess. So I mentioned that I was going to take October as off as a hiatus. I had some people that were concerned, actually, for my welfare. They, either maybe they didn't see the show, or they were kind of wondering what took me so long. Me, Mr. Mayo, for one. Joe, I was talking to him yesterday on his live stream, and he was kind of concerned about that. Trying to think who else. I think Dixieland Farm, maybe a few other ones. Tino Stabali, he's always worried about my welfare. Thank you, Tino, up in Canada. So the reason for October, I went up to go see my mom in Illinois and take care of some moving type business, moving things around. And I mean, it was half vacation, half work, which was fine by that. And then I went back down to southern Missouri to go visit my son and now 6-month-old granddaughter. She's such a happy baby. This is dedicated to baby Adeline. That's who it is. Baby Adeline Pease, yes. So this coffee, by the way, this mug, this is from Doolittle, Missouri. And if you've been through Missouri, you'll know where Doolittle, Missouri is. It is right around the Rolla, Missouri area, if I remember correctly, okay? But it was the Doolittle, Missouri. This might bring a name blast to the past. Stuckey's. Doolittle, Missouri, I-44, exit 179. Yeah, so the Doolittle, Missouri Stuckey's. Now, before you get all possibly excited and go, oh, Stuckey's, some of the older people in the audience will go, oh, with the big roof and everything. No, I heard the ones in California are like that. Maybe also Nevada, Arizona. You guys out there will be able to tell me that. The Stuckey's are known for excellent service. They've been around since the 30s. And the pecan logs. Yum. Although they were a lot smaller now. They're about this wide. Pecan logs. And about that long? Anywho, so the Stuckey's was in a gas station. They just had like maybe 12 square feet of Stuckey's stuff. That was it. And I normally am not touristy, but I went and got a Stuckey's mug. And actually, if you'll excuse me, I was touristy on something else too. Stretch over here. And by the way, I thought I'd mention that a shout out here, a truly heartfelt, loving shout out to Donna Jo Cat Lady. Donna Jo Cat Lady came up with me to Illinois, Missouri. She got to see a side of Mighty Psycho that a lot of people never saw. Some back history. She got to meet some very beautiful people. The beautiful people. The beautiful people. And and if it wasn't for her, I don't think the trip would have been even half as fun and half as possible, for that matter, too. So the other touristy thing, because I took her driving around to some of my haunts, especially food related. So I got a t-shirt from the Richmond Dog and Suds, in Richmond, Illinois. There is only 4 or 5 locations in Illinois left for Dog and Suds. If you guys remember, nice, clean, fresh T-shirt smell. Go to one, okay? Just go to one. Mighty Psyko got slightly bummed, just slightly, because it was up for sale. And I'm like, uh-oh, you know, because it's been a family-owned operation for a while. But from what I heard, turns out that a different franchisee that already owns a Dog and Suds may be picking up this one too in Illinois. So I kind of hope so. So yeah, I think that's what the only touristy stuff. I was going to get White Castle stuff. Nobody had any White Castle stuff. Pissed me off. Jack in the Box. I stopped at Jack in the Box in Troy, Illinois. No Jack in the Box antenna toppers. They were out. How rude. Now I know you're saying, well, Psyko, you idiot. You could go on the store websites and probably buy this crap. True. But if this just brings memories of a trip. Okay. So, I promised, or should I say teased, me, Mr. Mayor, that I had some Beatle finds. I do have a couple. I'm not bringing all of it out yet. Okay, see, let me, I'm sorry, let me keep going here. I know this is going to go off Tangent City. So, the trip was wonderful. I do have vinyl finds. I've got book finds. The book finds are what we're going to do today. Okay. When I came back home, though, okay, we're not going to call it a scare. That'd be overblown, okay? I was a little nervous. My right leg has gotten bad. Okay, I'm 53, I'm fat. That doesn't help. But I've had bad legs. I've had bad legs almost all my life. It's just the way it is. So I had a cardiologist involved, okay? So they gave me a venusgram, if you know what that is. What they did was they shot 2 injections in my hip area, about above my groin, with dye, because it appeared that I had a blockage problem of some sort. And I'll admit, you know, on a pain scale, I mean, they never got ridiculously hurting. I mean, maybe 5, 6 on the pain scale, but I did have leg cramps on and off, okay? They discovered a 75% blockage in a vein. And so they put a stent in my leg, and so that's what happened at the end of October, okay? I took a day off, I went back to work, and I was okay. So thank God for that, right? But they also ultrasounded my legs, both my legs, so I don't have those results back yet. There's also some other tests probably coming. I did a sleep study too. I had all kinds of crap. So, also, you know, my mom, just last week I had, you know, she turned 75 yesterday, kids. 75 years old. That's a milestone. She fell a few days before that on her bad hip. Thank God, nothing. I get worried, guys, about her, okay? She is my only well, my dad's passed, of course, we talked about this. Jess has passed. Other than for my kids and my grandkids, my mom's it. You know? So, I keep trying to get her down here in Arkansas. She won't do it. Okay. Book finds. Let's go to book finds. Now, and so some are book finds and some were gifts. Okay? Let me tell you, I cannot remember if I showed you this before. This was the book, and I'm just about done with it too. Elvis fans out there, The Unmaking of Elvis Presley, Careless Love. Really good, thorough book. Okay, I am just about done with it. Elvis is dead in this book, at where I'm at this point. I did learn a few things though. Okay, so Elvis, this starts in the Army, so 58 to his death and slightly after. His drug addiction started there. in the Army, okay? But this is what I gathered, and if Ed from King's Court or any of the Elvis people that do occasionally watch this channel, chime in on, in the comments if I'm right or wrong, okay? So what I got out of this was, okay, so 58 roughly is when he started because of the maneuvers, the overnight maneuvers in Germany and stuff. His personality seems to change in 64, 65. He starts acting a little weird. Okay? Seriously. So he goes 64, 65. Swings back up. 68 comeback. He's beautiful. He's beautiful. All the way to about 70. Okay? Late 70, going into 71. Starts acting really weird again because of the drugs. Okay? 71, 72. He has good days, bad days, just like anybody else. 73, Aloha from Hawaii. Probably was his last great major moment. I remember seeing that. I don't know if it was live or taped, but in 73. I was like 6, almost 7 when I saw that. And then from late 74, early 75 on, the rest of it, it's a slide into hell, pretty much. After 75, it was like twisting his arm to try to record anything. Of course, he did dribs and drabs in 75, and if I remember correctly, January 76, I think was his last sessions, really. So, Elvis. All right. Oh man, I left one of the books in my room. I'm sorry. Mark Schipper, 1978. I think it's called Paperback Writer. I'll have to bring it in the next episode. But it's a spoof take on the Beatles' origins. I just kind of started the book. I'm like in the first 2-3 chapters. It's a little silly. Brian Epstein's a plumber. And other characters. So, that one I heard was supposed to be really, really good. I got it in a soft cover at Half Price Books. If you have a Half Price Books, go to the Half Price Books because you never know what the hell you're going to find. Because this next thing, at least I've got, is really, really cool. I heard about this book. I have not had a chance to read it yet. But this, 2015, I knew it was pretty recent. Barry Miles, The Zapple Diaries. Zapple. Okay? In other words, the rise and fall of the Beatles' last label, Zapple. Zapple only ever ended up putting out 2 releases. George Harrison's Electronic Sounds and John Lennon's Unfinished Music No. 2, Life with the Lions. That's the only Zapple releases that came out. There was a couple other ones that came really close, like there's an unreleased Lenny Bruce live comedy release that was supposed to go. There was a handful of other things too. Zapple. Let me see if there's a picture in here for any reason. Oh, here we go. I don't know who that is. Just trying to see if I can find. Oh, here we go. Here is a nice picture of Paul on Cavendish Avenue, 1967. So it'll be an interesting read, I think. Okay, so Zapple Diaries. Go grab one if you can. I only paid $5 for this. Okay. Okay. So these next 2 things came courtesy of my Illinois bestie, Kathy Emmer. I love Kathy. Kathy is, she's always will be my Ed McMahon. I'm her Johnny Carson. She's my Ed McMahon. She found, this is going to be Elvis and Monkees related, okay? So, this is an insert. Modern People Special, an instant tribute to the King. It says Elvis Special, number 7506. And Does it tell me when this came out exactly? No. I don't know. Okay. So, here's the front. Here's the back. Okay. Let's see if I can pull a picture for you. Some of it's slightly faded. Here's a nice one. How about Elvis Goes to Hollywood? There's a nice picture. But it says here, an instant tribute to the king. Elvis died from loneliness. And by the way, I'm not a big Ginger Alden fan. I think Ginger, in my opinion, used him. Really. Linda Thompson I like. I think he should have, if he was going to marry anybody, he should have married Linda Thompson. So this next thing, this one's a comic book. And dated 1957. Bondell, Circus Boy. Now, I didn't care that a little mustache and everything got drawn on here. Here's the front. There's your Juicy Fruit Gum safety quiz. But, so, Circus Boy. What does this have to do with the Monkees? Anyone? Like I said, this is from 1957. Circus Boy lasted on the air for 3 years in the 50s. The little child's name was Mickey Braddock. Oh, somebody out there got the answer. I hear you. So, when the Monkees shot their pilot episode, and I remember seeing this, whether it was an unreleased credit scene or what, I do know it was put on there. Mickey Dolenz, which was of course his real name, Mickey Braddock was his stage name, and on the pilot episode of the Monkees, at least in the early episodes, Mickey Braddock is actually shown in there, and Mickey, you know, when the thing came up and he's like, no, my name's Mickey Dolenz. Put it that way. And that's how it ended up. So this is a young Mickey Dolenz. And it's kind of neat. I haven't read it yet. But I have never come across a Circus Boy comic book. So I thank Kathy for finding this for me. Several stories for this. I'll show you this one really quick. This has nothing to do with those, but it would just happen to be on the top of my stuff here. I picked up a very goofy 10-inch record from March 1961. The 25th anniversary of Life magazine through music and comedy. That's right. Bob Hope's on here. Sid Caesar's on here. It says here, 25 Years of Life with Bob Hope, NBC TV, March 2nd, 9:30 to 11 p.m. at the Ziegfeld Theater in New York. There's a photo book included. And I just thought it was neat. I really did. A lot of people got involved in this, it appears. But I only paid the quarter for that. Alright, new subs. Alright. So, the new subs. The Dick Biondi film, as in Dick Biondi, the famous Chicago and Los Angeles radio DJ, and I know he's been in other markets too. Mainly Chicago, though. That's why we love him. WLS, Super CFL, I think he was in a few other ones. They're making a documentary film. Go like the YouTube channel, Dick Biondi Film, because, you know what, damn it, there's a lot of cool interviews with 50s and 60s artists. You're going to hear little clips, all kinds of things. Dick Biondi deserves it. The Dope Show, Robert Louis Auchey, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, A-U-C-H-E-Y, Patton, that's 2 T's, Diorama, Chris Daniel, Quade Smith, and H.C. Hip with 2 P's. I also have been trying to do little short videos on Instagram. I am on Instagram. I have been for over a month now. My Instagram, although I am trying to change the name to Psycho's Platters, but currently right now it is under PSYKO_DJ. Psycho_DJ on Instagram, alright? Let's see. There is a few episodes that I do want to talk about different things. I apologize to my Instagram audience because I shot a video last week saying that my next episode of Psycho's Platters was going to be on this person. And his death still kind of affected me. Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, we're gonna go off and we're gonna talk about Eddie Van Halen, the musician, and the band, and touch on his life and stuff like that in a future episode. I'm still moving. You can't see what I'm doing here. I got some boxes. I got some boxes empty, but I got boxes and I got shelves and things. So Van Halen will be a future episode we'll talk about. I'm trying to see if I can also get one or two other vinyl related things to add to the show, okay? That's why we're delaying it a little bit. We're going to do, I do have vinyl finds from Illinois and Missouri, okay? Handful of albums, mostly 45s. And there will be some Beatle find ones in there too, for the Beatle people. The Beatle people. And then some reviews, some album reviews will be coming up. I'm hoping, although I've had a slight delay in receiving the product, the new Blue Oyster Cult, The Symbol Remains. We're going to talk about that. AC/DC and the new Power Up album. If you like AC/DC, you're going to want to tune in for this. Also, speaking of monkey related note, 7A Records is releasing in mid-December it'll be first time on vinyl, the 1994 solo album Stranger Things Have Happened from Peter Tork, which is actually an excellent album. That is how I met him, was for that promo tour. I ended up getting the cassette. CDs back then were still too expensive for me. He was really, really nice when I met him anyway. A little goofy, but he was nice. So, Stranger Things Have Happened. New cover on this one, okay? 7A treatment. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a splatter vinyl again, if I remember correctly. But I think I'm getting this. I'm probably going to be getting the vinyl and the CD. The CDs always contain bonus tracks. And we'll talk more about that when I do the videos for that. Okay, you'll have to forgive me. I'm a little bit skittish. I went for a sleep study too. I'm hoping maybe I can get rid of some of this brain fog that I've been having for the last few weeks. I think that is it for the moment. And like I said, I'm glad. Thank you for the comments and the concerns. And slowly but surely, this place will take shape and we will have some sort of fun. You know what I'm saying? I may even do some daytime videos too when I've got a chance. But till I can figure this out, I got my light bar behind me. I've got other things here. So we'll get there. We'll get there. I love you, VC. I really, really do. And once again, thank you, for the kindness and support that you guys have given me all these years. It'll be 10 years in February. 10 years Psycho's Platters has been on in February. And maybe we'll try to do something special then too. I don't know. I would say like and sub the channel, please. Like I said, I've got a few new ones. Honestly, I think courtesy of Instagram and some recommendations. If you feel like sharing the love on your channels with me, mentioning me on occasion, that's fine too. I'll do the same thing for you, I've had several people do that for me. Several people. Like I said, the most recent being Matthew Street. He's an awesome dude. Someday I'm planning on going to go visit Boston just to see Matthew Street and Panique's 1960 Rob over in Boston. I'd love to go spend a few days, maybe even a week in Boston, just to check things out. But I'm probably going to try to do Memphis in the next year, I hope. And in the next year or two, I want to go to Syracuse, New York. There's reasons for those trips. So maybe, hopefully, the climate will be better. What I mean by climate is the nonsense. Maybe the nonsense will disappear. I'm not holding my breath. I'm talking about mask nonsense. Whatever. Alright. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. Rock on. I know I went on too long, but forgive me. Alright, guys? Alright. Have a good one. Rock on.